Hello, I am Putri Puspitasari, and in this video, I want to talk about one of the materials from phonetics and phonology, that is syllable. Last week, we've learned about the phonological structure of a syllable, so this time I want to talk about the strong and weak syllables. From the number of syllables, words are divided into monosyllabic words and polysyllabic words. Monosyllabic words are words that contain only one syllable, while polysyllabic words are those who contain more than one syllable. In the polysyllabic words, there are strong syllable and weak syllable. A strong syllable has a different quality from weak syllable. It has vowels that cannot occur in weak syllables and vice versa. Now let's look into the table. Strong syllable is always spoken longer, while weak syllable is always spoken shorter. Strong syllable spoken with more intensity or louder, while weak syllable is spoken with less intensity or quieter. One of the easiest ways to determine whether a syllable is strong or not is by look into the stress. The stressed syllable is always belong to strong syllable, and the unstressed syllable is usually the weak syllable. Strong syllable has peaks consisting of all vowels, including long vowels, diphthong, and triphthong, except the vowels that belong to weak syllable. The weak syllable has peaks with vowels or schwa, i, and u. Now let's discuss more on the strong syllable. When a syllable has a vowel from this set, I, E, A, O, and O, and the syllable ends with a coda, then definitely the syllable belongs to strong syllable. For example, the words let, which contain only one syllable, has A as its peak and ends with T as its coda, so the words let is belong to strong syllable. Another example is the word swim, which also contain only one syllable, has E as its peak and M as the coda, so the syllable swim is strong syllable. Next is weak syllable. Somehow, weak syllable has more complicated rules than strong syllable. A weak syllable can only have peaks with the vowel I, and u. For example, in the word happy. A weak syllable can end with a coda if the peak is for example, in the word open. The second syllable, which is pen, is weak syllable because it has as its peak, even though it ends with a coda. A weak syllable can have I as the peak only when the syllable doesn't end with a coda and when the following syllable begins with a consonant. For example, in the word architect. The second syllable, ki, is weak syllables, even though it has I as its peak, because it has zero coda and the following syllable begins with a consonant. Let's talk about the vowels that can be the peak of weak syllables. A weak syllable often has as the peak, although it's not always like that, but most syllable has as its peak. Differentiating vowel sounds in a weak syllable from that in a strong syllable must be done by thinking of the sound it makes when it is a strong syllable. For example, the letter A in the word attempt is pronounced as A in a strong syllable, but in a weak one. Another example is the letter A in the word attempt. In a strong form, it is pronounced as attempt, and in the weak form, it's pronounced as attempt, which is the correct pronunciation. Next is the vowel E and U. The vowel E and U only appear in weak syllables. E is located between the long vowels E and E. U is located between the long vowels U and O. E and U vowels can be a bit tricky to pronounce because sometimes they sound closer to the long vowels and other times they sound closer to the short vowels. But E and U seem to sound closer to the long vowels when they precede another vowel. Where is the vowel E can be found? First, they can be found in the letter EY or Y in words that end with EY or Y after one or two consonants. For example, happy, valley. Second is in the E in prefixes re, free, or d if they precede a vowel and is unstressed. For example, in the words react and create. Next is in the letter E in suffixes eus and eate when these suffixes have two syllables, for example, hilarious and appreciate. Next is in the unstressed form of he, she, we, me, and be. And last is in the article the when it precedes a vowel, such as the apple, the apple. Then where U can be found? U can be found in the unstressed words that contain the letter OU or O. For example, in the words you, to, into, and do. Also in the words through and who. U also can be found in the letter U in words where the U precedes another vowel, like in the word influenza. Let's talk about the syllabic consonant. A syllabic consonant is a type of weak syllable that consists only of consonants, or it means that it doesn't have vowel, and it's usually given the diacritic mark beneath the symbol. In a syllabic consonant, the consonant L, R, or any nasal consonants can be the peak. L, R, and nasal consonants are considered weak when they are pronounced as if there's the sound before it. For example, in the word bottle. Transcript as a bottle, and the second syllables doesn't have vowel. It is contain only consonants T and L, but when it's pronounced, it sounds like there's a between the consonants. So what are the consonants that can be syllabic consonant? The first one is the consonant L. Syllabic consonant L is a weak syllable that usually occurs in a word that ends with one or more consonants that precede L sounds, such as in the words bottle and cattle. If the consonant before L is alveolar consonants, then the L is a dark L. Syllabic consonant L also appears in the words that end with the letter EL or AL, such as panel and kernel. Next is the consonant N. Syllabic consonant N appears in the following environments: Syllabic n is most commonly found after alveolar plosive consonant t and t and fricative consonant s and z. For example, in the word phonetic and threaten. Consonant m and ng both can occur as syllabic, but only as a result of processes such as assimilation and elision, which will not be discussed in this video. But one of the examples of syllable that contain syllabic consonant m is upmost. Is the consonant r. The syllabic consonant r is type of syllabic consonant that can be found at the end of words pronounced with rhotic accent. It cannot be found in the words that pronounce with non-rhotic accent. Now let's look into the table. The word particular contains syllabic consonant r in rhotic accent, but it doesn't contain the syllabic consonant r in non-rhotic accent because in non-rhotic accent it pronounced as particular. The word pert also contains syllabic consonant r in rhotic accent, but not in the non-rhotic accent. I think that's all the materials of strong and weak syllable for me. I'm sorry for the mispronunciation and the unclear voice and pronunciation. I'm Maharabi Putri. Thank you for watching.